according to your perceptions, why girls' education is important?
For girls education is important.
Hmm.
Yeah, according to me, like we should have a constitution in India. Like we have equal rights, like right to education, the education. Because nowadays, like what's happening, they are leading. I mean, girls especially are leading. Over to boys. Boys, to be honest, like in every industry. And I've been in BPO industry. Like I'm not working nowadays, but earlier I would work. So 30 to 40% girls are working, and they're working night shift as well, especially as well, because I would work in an international campaign, so it's a 24/7. So I have seen that once they got these kind of opportunity, they are able to, like they have got freedom. Earlier, if they are not making any money, don't any freedoms to go outside. But right now, just because of education, they have got that kind of job. They're working in MNC organization, big organization, so they are able to, feed themselves. They are able to, run their family just because of education. Because just because of education, they have got those kind of opportunity, and they are, open for everything. Like they can speak anything against anyone. So something is happening wrong. So earlier, what would happen? Like the majority of the time, girls would, stay in their home. Like they wouldn't raise their voices. But nowadays, what's happening? If anything happen, any wrong thing happens, they, firstly come out and they just raise their voice. And right now, constitution, I would say, the Indian government especially focus on girls. Like they support a lot to girls, and just because of education, because the Baba Sahib Ambedkar has given a constitution. So girls are also taking advantage of it. So I
Yeah,
thank a
right.
lot to Baba Sahib Ambedkar that he has given a beautiful right to education as well, so everyone can study and can do anything. So it's very important for girls, I would say that, in every industry, I mean. Yeah.
Yes, you are
Like what what
absolutely
what
right.
happens, suppose you are married, right now you are educated, and
Mhm.
suppose you have your husband, and but he doesn't stay at home, right? He goes
Mhm.
to his office, and now you are sitting at your home, and now you have children, right? So you can also teach them, but your
Yeah.
husband doesn't have time. He
Mhm.
only gets off maybe Sunday or Saturday, right? So
Mhm.
in those days, like on holidays, he can't teach a lot. But right now you have enough time, you can guide them, you can teach them, because you are educated. So also
Mhm.
education is important in every way. Like these are the few example I'm telling you, that there's multiple example exist. So I believe.
Yeah, absolutely right. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, very good morning, ma'am. I'm good. What about you?
Yes, I'm asking.
So, shall we start?
How has your day been so far?
Okay, it's been good. I had a conversation with one of the guy on a voice call, maybe around 45 minutes. So that was a nice conversation that I did today. Apart from that, yeah, it's been like cool day, I would say. Yeah, productive.
Okay, all right. So, as you mentioned, you talked more than 40 minutes, I must say, right?
Yeah, maybe 45 minutes.
Okay, on Zio Meet application.
No, like that was a voice call, on a voice call.
Okay, so could you share which application do you use usually?
Majority of the time, I use the Shivi application, Pair Apps. These are the two applications that I use a lot.
Have you ever used Ace Fluency?
Yeah, earlier I would use as Fluency, but nowadays I'm just use CV and Peer Up. Majority of the time, Peer Ups, like I believe it's a good application. There is no
PR?
time limit.
What is the PR?
Peer Up, PEERUP.
Okay, PR up. All right, PR up. Okay, so over there you also find foreigner people or just Indian?
Only Indian people. Yeah,
Okay, great.
maybe sometimes I meet from people who are from Dubai and
Hmm.
Bangladesh. I connect with them as well. Nepal. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So you find so far very useful application PR up, right?
yeah, exactly. It's available. Like everybody knows about it.
Sorry?
Everybody knows about application.
But actually, I literally tell you, I don't know about. I know CV, Vartalap, and Ace Fluency, Joe Stock Skills, and there are so many more, but I don't know PR.
But like nowadays, like they are asking for money. Like I don't know, whenever I connect with any new people who are just a new user who just downloaded it, and they always say that they are asking 200 rupees per month, and I tell them I'm using free of cost. Why are they asking for rupees? So I don't know like how I don't have any idea.
Okay, all right. Okay, so do you have any topic or just we talk random?
As you wish, what do you like to talk about? Like if you have any topics, so we can, or if you want to just have a general conversation, we can also do both things. Like it depends on you. Like what do you want?
Okay, so I have one question, not
Okay.
like topic. So, according to your perceptions, why girls' education is important?
Well, girls' education is important.
Hmm.
Yeah, according to me, like we should have like a constitution in India. Like we have equal rights, like right to education that is given by Congress. I believe so. So in that constitution, it is written like we have a right education. I mean right to education. And like it's a kind of equal education. We should get education from both the sides. Like if I'm a boy, like so I'm getting education what the girl is getting, so we are getting both the education same in reality. And when it comes to especially girls, so they should knowledgeable about the things, the education, because nowadays like what's happening, they are leading, I mean girls especially are leading over to boys, to be honest, like in every industry. And I've been in BPO industry. Like I'm not working nowadays, but earlier I would work. So 30 to 40% girls are working, and they're working night shift as well, especially as well, because I would work in an international campaign. So it's a 24/7. So I have seen that once they got these kind of opportunity, they are able to, like they have got freedom. Earlier, if they are not making any money, don't any freedoms to go outside. But right now, just because of education, they have got that kind of job. They're working in MNC organization, big organization. So they are able to feed themselves. They are able to run their family just because of education. Because just because of education, they have got those kind of opportunity, and they are open for everything. Like they can speak anything against anyone, so something is happening wrong. So earlier what would happen, like the majority of the time girls would stay in their home, like they wouldn't raise their voices. But nowadays what's happening, if anything happen, any wrong thing happens, they firstly come out and they just raise their voice. And right now, constitution, I would say, the Indian government especially focus on girls. Like they support a lot to girls, and just because of education, because the Baba Sahib Ambedkar has given a constitution. So girls are also taking advantage of it. So I
Yeah,
thank a
right.
lot to
Actually,
Baba Sahib Ambedkar that he has given a beautiful right to education as well, so everyone can study and can do anything. So it's very important for girls, I would say that, in every industry, I mean. Yeah.
yes, you are
Like
absolutely
what
right.
happens, suppose you are married, right now you are educated, and you are
Mhm,
suppose you have your husband, and but he doesn't stay at home, right? He goes
mhm,
to his office, and now you are sitting at your home, and now you have children, right? So you can also teach them, but your
yeah,
husband doesn't have time. He
mhm,
only gets off maybe Sunday or Saturday, right? So
mhm,
in those days, like on holidays, he can't teach a lot. But right now you have enough time, you can guide them, you can teach them, because you are educated. So also
mhm.
education is important in every way. Like these are the few example I'm telling you, that there's multiple example exist. So I believe.
Yeah, absolutely right. Exactly right. I totally resonate with your point, and whatever you spoke, really, I resonate. So, as you already mentioned, if girls have a power of education, so they can lead their family in a very well manners, and
Yeah.
they can survive healthy and happy life. Because if girls are education, so they can, like, nowadays everything label on the everywhere. So as like you already mentioned, if sorry, husband go go to out of stations, so girls can go any mall or any particular grocery shop, so they can handle everything in a very well manners, and they can also go to school, they can attend ptm, because there are so many home chores. So especially women's can handle, because husband has no time to handle everything,
Yeah,
because they
exactly.
most of the people go to office around between 8 to 10. So in before 8 to in between 8 to 10, there is no office sorry what should I say, any working place, if
Right.
I talk about any bank work, any other work. So every work does after after 10 p.m. Every work start, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I hope I hope you are understanding
Yeah, I do
whatever I'm
understand.
trying to tell you.
Like
Okay.
there are, there's no one example, there are so many example. If you try to find it out, like we can also take example of school, because your children also go to school, or maybe will go to school in the future. So
Yes.
earlier, like what would happen, like majority of the time boys, and I mean the father would go in the parents meeting because they are educated, and majority of the time in the past girls were not educated. Right now the
Yeah.
scenario has completely been changed. So they would attend the parents meeting, and they would take a leave, from their office, and they wasted, I mean, one day almost, like just because of parents meeting. And now
Mm.
if girls are educated, their mothers are educated, so definitely they can attend parents meeting and can handle the situation as well. Even though, like, in every scenario, like, it's required, education is required for both, I would say, like, boys and girls as well. By the way, like, we have already got an opportunity, like, since decade, but now girls are going faster than boys. Maybe they are intelligent, we can say that. Yeah. Like what, like from our
Your
companies.
voice is jaring up.
Actually, I was getting call, like, I don't know, from companies, promotion companies. So there's a reason I'm just disconnecting. Yeah,
You
it's
can
okay.
pick up the call. I'm waiting.
No, no, it's a fraud calls, like from companies, fraud calls.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, so there are so many examples. So, but if I talk about other hand, still there are so many girls, they don't take advantage, as our Indian government provide free of cost education. But still there are so many girls, they are not able to go to school, just because of mentality of their family. Because
exactly.
if you go village side, if you go uh, uh, yeah, I can say just villagers.
Not
So
not only in villages, like I've seen in my reality, there are so many families. Like, I'm not talking about the current families, the past generation who were born in 1915, and still they are at around 60 to 70 years old. I mean, I'm talking about the old people. They have a kind of mentality. They don't want to send their daughter out of the station, or to study for higher education. They do not want. And that just because of these reasons, they are not educated, to be honest. Like, they literally want, there are so many girls who are, have a kind of wish to study and can do something big, but they are, they don't have any option. Like, they cannot go against their family member, because they have also fear. If they go against the family member, they can maybe, like, kick them out, and will say that, yeah, you're not my daughter right now. Our relationship has been ruined, and now you go your in your way. So it happens in reality, like, and it happens in both the scenarios. Like, when it comes to girls and boys, like, it happens in both the scenarios. If suppose I'm a person, I'm a boy, like, if I want to do something else, like, which is bad for society, and like, if I'm doing it, so my parents won't support me, like, they will tell, what will they say. So you go, find your own way, live alone. So they say. So if it's happening with boys, so, like, girls are, like, different, like, you know
mm,
girls
all
are the
right.
girls, are the respectful, thing in our society. But nowadays, like, culture has been changed. So let's see what happens in the future. I mean, a lot of controversy is going on still. Yeah. So I can't touch those points as well. Yeah, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So, or here I would like to mention one point more. When from girls started to go to school, so from that day, girls also like escape for early age marriage.
Yes.
Earlier, what happened with the girls? Girls don't go to school, so they used to parents get married very early age. So I must say this is a huge benefit for especially girls, and they
Yeah.
can take their decision. They can observe what is right, what is wrong, and previously what happened with the girls. If husband or in-law says just you have to sit there, so girls just simply sit there. And
Yeah.
mhm.
Exactly. And like
Nowadays.
like parents also think like I'm telling you the effect and reality like
Mhm.
and it happens by the way, like there are so many bad people. I'm especially talking about boys. Like if there is a girl, if she is going to a college or study, so there are so many rowdy boys, like chapari would say, I would say, and they will try to find those girls. Like they will follow them, follow those girl, and just because of this thing also, they are not able to grow in their life in terms of education. I mean to say, like their parents think that if my daughter will go to outside to do anything like for study, for higher study, so there are boys like who will, so it will ruin our family culture. Like if other relatives will see that if other boys is teasing that girl, so there is a kind of also respect. I mean, they want to save their daughter as well. So just because of that, they are not able to, study further. I mean, this is the also reason, and it happens in reality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I consider if girls, girls have a so much power. We can't relate to anyone. If a girl want to save ourselves, so she can. You know, I can't say if suddenly or I must say incident happens, so we can't do anything. But no one chasing you without your like hint, without your activity, I must say, because
Yes.
I am also girl. I used to also go college. If you are on the way, if you don't know stranger person, so you shouldn't talk. If you do like that, so I must say no one chasing you. But if you keep them smile, you look continuously, you talk with them, so definitely boys or talk with you, extra talk with you, and chase must maybe chase. And yeah, there are so many boys also as well. Like those are, as you also mentioned, those sometimes what's happened, girls uh, don't show any curiosity, like to talk, and they never see or they never talk, but still they are chasing. So I must say we should raise our voice.
Yes.
We shouldn't bear everything unnecessary thing. We should talk with politely way. Why are you chasing me? What's happened with you? I'm not that kind of girl. So maybe that's how things can resolve.
Yeah,
What
but
about?
like the problem is that again, mentality comes into the picture. Like there are so many girls like who are really afraid. Suppose you are a girl and you're going to a college or anywhere for study, and somebody, a boy comes to you and starts teasing you, following you. So you are a kind of person who is very afraid to share each and everything to your parents. So you will try to hide the incident that happened to you, and you
But
won't tell your parents.
I must say, every girls shouldn't hide anything from their mother, especially if girls are afraid or feel shy, so don't share with your father, but you can share with your mother.
Exactly.
If we hide one point, so if in the future it will become a huge problem. So we have to, I must say, share with our parents, because
Yes.
earlier what happened, if daughters share to anything with their parents, so parents stop their study like that. But nowadays, I must say everyone is aware, so they can also try to understand problem.
Yeah, exactly. There is one more problem. It's a really fact, by the way. Like, this is the time, like, when once we cross the 12th standard and once we get into the college. So there is a time like 18 years to between like 25 years. This is a time where people fall in love. Like, it's a reality. Like, we have kind of
Yeah, it's a fact.
curiosity. It's a
Yes.
curiosity that we want someone to, to like to help emotionally, kind of mentality. So there are people like who don't share their feeling, their emotion. They are, secret to others, like especially to their parents. So they try to find people who can share with. So this is also, like a criteria, I would say, like the 5 or 6 years. This is the very bad, I would say, for youngsters. Like, it happens in both the part. So this is
Hmm,
also reason, and
exactly right.
this is also the reason that stops us to educate. I mean, stops to, for education. I mean to say, like, it happens with many people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right. So I must say, if girls know, means girls know very well, if I do, so maybe my father, my family members stop my journey. So girls should be aware, because if I want to do something, so education is a weapon for my future. So I think I must say every youngster know this rule very well. This is our golden time, so we should pay attention. But as you were saying, it's a big effect. Is effect. It's a big is effect.
Okay, so like, what do you think about the education system of India? Like, is it good according to you? According to me, I don't, stand. I don't support Indian education system. This is the worst education system that I have ever felt, because if I see other countries' education system, so I feel so proud seeing them. Once when I see our education system, I know it's a very critical topic and, controversial. If I tell, people are gonna hate me, and even though, like, but it's a true, it's a reality. What do you think about?
Yeah, I have so many question or answer related to Indian education. I'm also not totally resonate with our Indian system education, because uh, first of all, India has so many challenges, especially in field of education. As like if I talk about small kid, they have too much syllabus. But if I talk about foreigner country,
Yes,
they just kid want they first of all check their interest, where kids have interest, then they decided to give them subject. Because
yes,
when kids are small, so they are not able to understand what should I do or what should I not do. So if I'm not talking about just kid, even though we are also suffering same problem, we done our 12th class, or I must say graduation, still there are so many person, they are not able to understand what should I do further. So
exactly,
in India, especially teenager, from like childhood to teenager, they waste totally their time. if
exactly,
if kids know from their childhood, yes, I have to do this and then that, so they can, when kids grow, so uh, they they can like find job easily. But in
yes,
our India, students struggle a lot. First of all, when from first to 10th standard student, sorry, first to 10th standard classes, they just mug up so many syllabus, whether they are able to understand or not, just because of marks. I have
exactly,
to get marks. That's the reason they just mug up everything like question, answer. Even though there are so many uh, backward students, they are not like they don't know how to read or how to write English, especially. But still, they
exactly.
are mug up and somehow they passed out their 10th class. So I must say there are so many problems. First of all, if students are not able to read properly, write properly, so class should not allow to go another class. Like now, student studying first standard, if student are not able to read according to his class or write, so we shouldn't send to another class because
Exactly.
if he is not able to do first class, so how can they do second class?
Yes.
So there is a big reason. Student whether can read or write or not, just they increase their classes. So this work is just change our school curriculum. Parents can't be changed. Parents can't be changed. So
You know like what I feel like, we cannot against the whole system of education. Like there are few parts, like when it comes to syllabus, the curriculum of our basic concept of education, that is required because we should the basic concept of education. Yeah, that is okay if they are teaching those things, so I totally agree with them. Yeah, they should, I mean, they should teach those things to the children because that
mhm,
is definitely going to help you out. I'm talking about the basic structure of education which is
mhm,
required for everything. But the
mhm,
thing is that here they do not teach about the future. Like suppose if I'm learning, I'm studying from zero, I'm in
mhm,
nursery to 12th standard, and after
mhm.
12th standard I don't have money and I just want to do job, right? So I
Yes,
have given almost 15 years, right? And
yes,
after
yes.
12 I'm struggling to get a job.
To get a
Suppose
job,
but
exactly.
if they taught me in the past about the communication skill, so I can easily get a job after 12th. If I don't study
Mhm.
further, at least I can make money.
Communication is a big part
Yeah,
of.
they should focus on communication according to me. Doesn't matter whatever they are teaching, at least they should teach 1 hour every day communication skill.
And one thing I also observe in our India, uh,
So as you mentioned that like we should teach the our religious thing, so that is okay. Like because there are people in the world, like majority of the time I would say 95, more than 95% believe in God, right? So according to their religious, they should teach about their scriptures and all like that. As Mohammedan teach them their students about the Quran initially when they start learning about the things. And like what happens in Muslims family, like they do not believe in jobs and all like that. So their children starts doing business, initially
exactly,
you will
exactly.
find a lot of garage kind of very other businesses. This is the example garage. So
Mm-hmm.
they know how to make money.
Like
But in our
fruit
society,
seller,
like
vegetable
yeah,
seller.
but when it comes to Christianity and Hinduism especially, by the way, Sikh people are also good. Like they also know how to do business. But when it comes to
Yes,
especially in Hinduism, our parents don't want to send them like send their children to a place where they can learn something. They only focus on study. And there's a reason we are
exactly
struggling
right.
after. There's a reason we are struggling after the graduation as well. There are people who they have done PhD as well, but they are not getting job. The reason is their communication skill is not good. But
Mm-hmm.
in other religions they focus a lot, like
I
how to
must
do a
say,
speech.
Sikh, sorry for interrupt. Sikh religious are really very aware around these kind of activity. They send their kids like dance academy, singing academy,
Yes,
swimming, and as well as there are so many like sports. You can go Punjab or Chandigarh. You can observe every kids go to like somewhere like any, especially
yes.
sports
Especially in
or
sports.
any
Yeah,
sport. Yeah, singing as well. There are too much trend in singing, but you are exactly right. In our Hindu, not every.
yeah,
There
there
are
are few
few
people like.
people just pay attention. Yeah, right.
But here the picture comes about the money. Like when it
Mhm.
comes to Punjab and all those states, they are little bit rich compared to other sites. Like when it comes to Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. So here the parents are not rich. I'm not talking about the old people, and they are below
You
middle
are
class family.
exactly right. I understand. In the UP or I don't know about Madhya Pradesh, but I just guess those have money, so a lot. But those have no money, so like a middle kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So like in Punjab, what happens? They have land, acres of acres. They have a lot of money, to be honest, like. And there are some exceptional that we won't talk about those things. So there's a reason their parents also support in that situation, because they have capable enough to maintain their
Mm,
family. They don't do any kind of job for 10 years, they can survive their life because they have land. They can do a kind of grow any kind of I would say uh, anything, any vegetable, like whatever you call it, I don't
they
know
are, I
exact
must
word.
say they are so intelligent because those
Yeah.
have not land, so they have a 4 4 2 2 5 5 homes. They take rent from there more than 1 2 3 lakh, so they can survive their life easily. That's the reason they spend money for their children.
Yeah, and like suppose if I take an example of myself, I come from below middle class family, and if I tell my parents that I want to do something like I was passionate about cricket in the past. I would play a lot. So if at the time I also told my parents like, and I also interested in dance. So there was my friend and who had good money, and he told me to give my fees in dance academy, but I denied that. I didn't take his money. And at the time I told my parents like I want to join institute like dance institute. So at the time I didn't have 500 rupees per month. Now like I am capable of paying, but at the time I didn't have money, so I didn't join. And now he started going to that institute and he learned the dance, and he's professional dancer right now. And he just performing all over the like state. I mean Madhya Pradesh. I mean they are invited by others people, and they perform. So like just because of money they could learn the dance, even though I could also learn, but I didn't have a kind of courage to learn
Yes.
by my own, like at the time there were no internet as well, like that was
Yeah,
like a very wrong.
exactly.
Yeah.
Those are 90 kids. They really faced a lot problem. I didn't have environment internet. So we can, as like now we are doing just practicing here. If we have a internet generation, so we could also, or I must say, we would also do so many things
Yeah,
if
exactly,
we
like.
got a like internet, or even though in our childhood light were not proper,
Yeah,
sometime coming, sometime not coming,
yeah.
sometime.
But we cannot, like we cannot say that yeah, there was a issue of light, because we were enough like we would teach at the time. I mean, we would learn as well. I mean, study as well. But there was no issue of light. I mean to say, like, because we also would play a lot of outdoor games, because we had a lot of times at the time.
Yeah, no, actually, what happened that time, those days inverter is not available at every home
Okay.
as like now compared to that day,
Yeah, yeah.
compared to
That's true.
90. Yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you. Now like every kids have a proper, what should I say, proper everything, like
Yeah. Each and every
uh,
equipment is there, right, for them.
yeah, right, right. So I think we talked a lot.
Okay.